Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. If this video has found you, there's a message here for you, but please take what resonates and leave the rest. So I wanted to talk to you today about this idea of needing closure. When you end a relationship, a situation, whatever, there seems to be this belief that you need to have this long, drawn out discussion, or both parties need to agree that there needs to be closure. And that's just simply not the case. It is definitely a belief system that people have adopted. To me, when closure is happening, it's happening because I've decided to close a situation. I don't need to have a discussion with the other person or get validation from the other person. That's what it seems like. That's what closure seems like to me. When I feel like I have to have a finishing conversation with somebody, it's almost like I'm subconsciously asking that person for permission to do what it is that I want to do what it is that I need to do. And that doesn't make any sense if you really think about it, okay? The disrespect was the closure. The lack of alignment is the closure. Something no longer resonating with you is the closure. Why does it have to be this long, drawn out, dramatic thing where it's only going to create a situation where people can court you again, where people can try to control you again, or where you're giving up your power, right? So think about closure and what it really means. Like when I end a relationship or a situation, it's not going to be this dramatic show of emotions and, I'm explaining myself, the other person is explaining their self. No, I'm going to peacefully and respectfully remove myself from the situation. Okay? And that can happen in a variety of ways. It doesn't have to be this grandiose event, but that's what people get accustomed to. I need closure. We need to have a discussion. Let's meet up and talk about this. No, there's no need for that. If I've decided that it's over, it is over. And I told you that it's over, and that's it. That's all. You're not responsible for another adult's emotional well-being. And I've said this so many times in so many videos. A huge part of spiritual awakening, I'm kind of sidetracking a little bit, but a huge part of spiritual awakening is emotional healing. I would say 50% of it is emotional healing, and the other 50% is realizing and learning and remembering who you are, okay? And those two things, emotional healing and remembering who you are, have nothing to do with getting closure. Okay? These are inside jobs. It doesn't require the approval or the energy of other people. Okay? When you're awakening, when you're emotionally healing, remembering who you are, this is an inside job. And it's not always easy. In fact, it gets further complicated when you try to incorporate other energies, getting permission, getting opinions, even allowing people into your life that you know you don't need to have there because they're not on your path. They're not even on the entrance ramp to your spiritual path. So there's a lot of needing to be real with yourself as well. If you're somebody that feels like you need closure, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. When you know that that situation, that person, that thing isn't right for you, why does it have to be a discussion when all it needs to be is a decision and then you take action? All right? So I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.